Well, hello, hello, and aloha, y'all. This is Miss Chauntel Boucher here with Believers in Business Creative. And today we have one of my friends and also my own personal insurance agent, Miss Michele Steele. How you
Well, hey,
doing?
girl. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Her name is fancy too. I mean, Michele Steele. I mean, she sounds like business, honestly.
You know what? Before it was a Steele, I was a Washington, and I hated my last name, so
I like Steele better.
I do too. It just sound like
I know, you just sound like just like somebody. Gee,
Yes, thank God for my husband. He gave me that last name.
good. God bless him. Because some people aren't that fortunate, when they get married and they got to change their last name.
Girl, yeah, and then it's like a horrible name.
Something
Yeah,
else
I
going
got
on.
lucky. I got lucky. I'm glad he
Yeah.
has a name.
Well, I wanted to give you an opportunity just to kind of share a little bit about yourself and what you do, services you provide. She also does amazing networking events. And so go for it.
Yes. So as she stated, my name is Michelle Steele. One L. I'm a little bit special, honey, not the
Mhm.
two. Yes, that
You're
was
a
the
lot
only thing.
special.
Right. But yeah, so I am an insurance broker based out here in the Dallas, Texas area. I serve pretty much all of Texas. I am licensed in a few other states as well, but Texas is my home base. And I can do everything but health. Don't ask me about health. I will not touch health. I do home, auto, business, and life insurance, baby. I will not touch health at all. That is
Hmm.
a whole nother arena. But
Mm.
that is what I do in the insurance world. Outside of insurance, I do host events. Me and my husband have an event planning company called Still Styling. So we do event planning and also interior design. And we do that mostly in the Collin County area. So that is what I do,
I
girl.
love it. I love it. And one of the reasons why I wanted, well, many reasons. First of all, she's just a great friend of mine. So shout out to her for that. And then on top of that, she is my own insurance agent. And recently in my family, which we will, to protect the privacy of the people and the family members, will not say whom or to whom's this was, but recently a car got totaled. Luckily, nobody was harmed in the accidents, but Michelle saw the photos and
Girl.
by the grace of God, I mean, he had his hand. The first thing she said was like, God had his hand, and everybody's
Yes.
okay. So talk to us a little bit about that, girl.
Oh my goodness. So, as you guys know, I am her agent. And the crazy story is a couple weeks prior, she called me like, Michelle, I don't know what's going on with my insurance. They just said it's canceled. I had previously wrote a policy for her with the company or a carrier that I will not name because I'm no longer writing business with that carrier, just due to that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But they just randomly canceled the policy. And usually, as an agent, we get notified of anything that's canceling. We'll get email notifications. I didn't get any emails. She didn't get any emails. So we just over here in La La Land thinking she covered and she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! And so
I
I was
didn't either.
pretty.
I didn't get any either to premise that too. Like none of us
um,
got, which is so weird.
This is why I don't stick to non-standard carriers at all. I do mostly standard carriers, and that is a whole nother insurance language that's probably way over your head, but that was a non-standard carrier. I mostly stick with standard, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why. But anywho, we ended up switching her over to another carrier that is a standard carrier and that's well known. I won't name the carrier's name as well, but we ended up switching her over, ended up saving her even more money
Yes.
and giving her more protection.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple, what, a week or so later? Well,
We
how many? A week, maybe 2 weeks?
It was not even 2 weeks. It was like a week and 3 days or something like that.
Boom, car totaled. Now
Total.
imagine if she did not have that insurance and we were both in La La Land.
Yep. It La La Land. And it just so happened we found out because I was like, oh, I wanted to change my card for my auto
Yeah.
for the automatic payments. That's the only reason why I figured that out. Had
Mhm.
I not had to change that with my new card that I got, we would have never known.
Which scares me for you and for me as an agent. Because I was not notified of anything from the carrier as well. So I really
Mhm.
I'm glad we both caught that and we were able to fix it
Oh.
ASAP and get her covered. Because driving around without insurance, especially in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is prone for accidents, let's just state that. And we are probably almost number one in the country for accidents. But number two, there's a lot of people in Texas who are uninsured,
Mm-hmm.
which also scares me as well, because if they're not insured, they ain't gonna pay for your car if it gets totaled
Yeah.
or anything like that. So
Yeah.
this is why it's so important to have coverage. So I'm so glad we caught it in time.
Yes. And this was a rural area. So just to let y'all know, it wasn't like a normal car accident, which is the crazy part about it too. It was not on private property. It was in public, and a branch had fallen from a tree and landed in the middle of the road, and that branch got lodged underneath the car, which got stuck in the tire, and then it ended up getting like out of control, and the car hit a tree which was right on a cliff going down to a like a little riverbank. And
Oh
had
my
it happened like 2 feet before that, whomever's was driving the car would have gone down there and the car would have
God.
rolled. Like,
That's where it's like, oh, that was nothing but God that saved that person. Nothing
I
but
know
God.
it was total God thing. And in addition to that, with the insurance happening just a week before that, I mean, he was really looking out for us, honestly.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And on top of that, it's so good that you have what they call full coverage, or what most people know as full coverage, comp and collision coverage, because it covers that. If you had only liability only, you wouldn't have been covered.
Yeah, and that's another thing, a great point that you were making too. That's kind of what I was telling people too, because they just think I'm a careful driver, or I'm like really looking out because I know how crazy the drivers are on me. There was not even any other drivers involved. It was like a freak random thing that happened.
Liability only covers what you're liable for in another accident. It does not cover if you're in an accident by yourself.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what comprehensive and collision coverage is for.
Yes. And so what kind of tips can you give to people? If you can just name like three things when somebody is looking for insurance, or some advice that you can give to them. What are like three things that you would like to give to them?
Oh, right now that I can't even really give you three because Texas market is so hard right now.
I
Like
think
even
the
for
first
me as
advice
an
would go to
agent.
you as a broker. Like, I
Yeah,
think the first advice would be to go to her.
yeah, well, definitely come to me. I will definitely do my due diligence to shop around for you as a broker and see what I can find you. Number two would be to, oh, let's see. It depends on, well, I guess since we're talking about auto,
Yeah.
I would definitely make sure that you know what your coverages are. The average accident out here in Texas is way over what the liability limits are, which is 30, 60, 30. It's way over that. Most of the accidents out here in Texas are in like the $50,000 range or more, to be quite honest, especially if you have multiple people that's in an accident. Oh,
Yeah.
those numbers can creep up. So if you only have 30, 60, 30 coverage, and you have a multi-car accident with multiple people involved and multiple cars involved, guess who they coming for?
Ah. Mm-hmm.
They're coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
After the insurance pays out what they have because you only had those coverages, they're coming for you, and they're coming for your bank account. And they
Mm-hmm.
will sue you and get every dollar that they can, especially the other people's insurance companies. If they have insurance, they're going to come directly after you.
Yeah.
So, this is why it's important to know what limits you have and get higher limits. The higher the limits, the more coverage you have if you are in an accident where there are multiple cars. And it just protects you because people in Texas are so happy, girl.
They
They're
like
real so happy.
I like to do that. Also, another things too that I learned from you, maybe this could be your third tip, is how can people save money on their insurance? Like, as far as I know that you were even saying,
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
because I had AAA already, that was one. Because
Mm.
if you bundle it with like renter's insurance or whatever it was, like, what are some of those little tips?
Yes, bundling definitely does save. Right now in the Texas market, even as a broker, it is kind of hard to bundle right now. We still can bundle, but we'll have to mix and match carriers.
Okay,
It's really tricky right now.
got you.
It's not the insurance of the years before. It's
Yes,
completely different.
yes.
But we're hoping that the market changes and also the prices do too. But far as saving money with it, believe it or not, credit has a lot to do with your insurance. So if you have a better credit score, your insurance rate will probably be lower. Also, if you have good payment history with prior carriers, your
Mhm.
insurance rate will probably be lower as well. Let me see what else. There's also an insurance score. If you've had any tickets or accidents, there
Mhm.
is a score for your insurance that, the companies they rate you with
Okay.
to make sure that, like you're not like a bad driver and stuff like that. They ding you for all of that. And it's basically well, it's called an insurance score.
Mhm.
Um, and this also, determines your rates as well. So,
Mhm.
far as saving money with insurance, definitely shop around.
Mhm.
If you can, clean up your credit. If you do have bad credit, clean up your payment history and make sure you're making those payments on time.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I'm not going to say to be loyal to carriers because, to be quite honest, these carriers ain't lower to us. And this is coming
Listen,
from an insurance agent.
look at what happened with us. Goodness gracious.
So move around if you can to save extra money. And definitely use a broker versus a captive agent. As a broker, we're able to shop around and see what carriers are going to give you the best rate. A captive agent typically only has one product or maybe two products that they're able to sell to you. So
Okay.
it makes it a little bit harder for them to save you money in that instance.
Gotcha.
You also can add on, like you were saying earlier, you can bundle your home. If you are renting, you can bundle that. If you have a business or something like that, the more policies that you have, the better with a particular carrier, and they will sometimes throw in extra discounts.
Nice. Got it. And then, so that's what, so if people want to get a hold of you, the best place, I'm going to put your website and stuff down below. But what
Mhm.
is your website if you want to verbally say it out there too?
Yes, so it's michellesteelsolutions.com. That is where you can go to get an insurance quote. I do have forms on my website. You just have to click the little button. It has, business, home, auto. Click the button, fill out the
Yeah.
form. I'll get your info. We can shop. Yes, michellesteelsolutions.com, and that's Michelle with just one L and a steel with the E at the end.
Mhm.
And then you can fill out, the form and I can reach back out to you. You also can call me on my business line, which is 972-855-892. Hold on, 8920. Girl, I'll be
I
forgetting my
believe
number
in you.
sometimes. I'll be
Do
forgetting
it.
my own number.
Listen, I barely remember my own number. So, I mean, I'm not one of
Girl, yeah,
judging, but
like technology, the brain power. I ain't trying to waste no unnecessary brain power if I don't
there's
have
like
to.
other things we're doing, girl. There's other
Right.
then also too, I wanted to tap in because you also do networking events as well too.
Mhm.
And she's come and supported me. I've come and supported her. Like I said, we're good friends, and it's important to have these kinds of things because to stay in touch with the community and to be of service to them, I know for both of us is really important, and our mission is the same. So
Yeah.
if you can just talk a little bit about the events that you have on your regular basis and when they are and all that kind of fun stuff.
It's so many of them. It's kind of crazy, and
Isn't that
I,
great?
I love it though. I love hosting events. I guess because I'm an event planner too, so I
Yeah.
love doing it. I'm just extra. But anywho, there's literally one every single week of the month. I'm not lying.
Yes.
And so every first Tuesday of the month, we have our speed networking event. This takes place at Serendipity Labs in Plano. They have a beautiful co-working space, and they're so gracious to lend us the space for us to be able to come and network. So that one takes place, like I said, every first Tuesday, and then it is from 5:30 to 7:30. Well, you can mix and mingle at the beginning, and then speed networking is the majority of the event, and then after you can mingle a little bit after. Every second Thursday. I know
Yeah, you're good.
we're not
'Cause
e-
They can
we're
they
not
can
even
put a
there.
certain around this too. But go ahead, you tell it, girl.
Every second Thursday is a mixer, so I do different events, but each event is a different vibe, so you'll
Yeah.
catch on. But
Yeah.
every second Thursday is a mixer, and that takes place at what is that, Shark Club in Plano, and that is from 5:30 to 8:30. And then every single Tuesday, we have a referral networking group that is from 11:30 to 12:30 that we do at a cute little coffee shop in Frisco called White Rhino Coffee. We meet there, pass referrals, just build relationships. We're actually having one tomorrow.
Nice.
But every single Tuesday, 11:30 to 12:30, that is a weekly event. Everyone's welcome. Now, those two events that I just mentioned before are co-ed events, but I have a heart for the ladies because I am a lady.
That's right.
And so So I do events for women as well. So every third Wednesday, we do the Homegirls Bruncheon event. We actually have one coming up this Wednesday. That is from 11:45 to 2. And then every fourth Wednesday of the month, let me not be lying to you. Yes, every fourth Wednesday of the month, we have the Homegirl Happy Hour. And so that one's more of like a sit down dinner style mixer, where you can just kind of get to meet, ladies and really connect with them on a deeper level versus like regular networking events. So
Yeah. No,
those
that
are all the events.
I love it. I love
For
it.
now.
And
There's more that's happening this month, but they're on the website.
yeah, I was just gonna
Like
say because
one,
people can go MichelleSteeleSolutions.com. And of course we'll
yes,
have links and stuff below too. People can just click on it and
yes. Those events, the co-ed ones are on MichelleSteeleSolutions.com, and then the other events that I mentioned are on prettyandprosperous.online.
okay. Yeah, that's great to know. I'll put that down there too as well. And then we have my events coming up. The next one, we're not doing one in May because mine's just a once a month thing, the last Monday of the month, kind of
Oh,
easy.
you're not doing one in May?
No, because it lands on Memorial Day. And if
Oh,
I do it
okay.
sooner, I lose time to be able to promote and create content because
Yeah,
with my events, there's content creation before, during, and after it too,
girl,
like
yeah.
the side of things. So if it
Right.
was just going to the event, it'd be different, but because it's robust in that way, it's just not
I
enough
got you.
time. I just want to be able to, deliver more for the sponsors there. But so May, not one, but June 24th, and just so you know, because I haven't talked to you about this, but hey, you're here now. We have a black and white party jazz event, and this one is going to be more than double the size of our normal events. And usually we have a little over 100 people, but it's going to be even bigger. And so we have a live jazz band in one room. We got a DJ in another room. And then we got food. We're going to have a no host bar there. There's going to be some vendors set it up and everything. And it's a
Wow.
black and white party. And so that's going to be fun. So you have to
I'm
come to that one.
excited,
Of course you're
girl.
gonna be there, right?
But it's hard for me to wear black or white.
Listen, put a little taste of pink in there. Wear some black and white and put
I'm gonna put some pink in there somewhere.
you
Somewhere.
can. Nobody's gonna judge you. But yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And go feel free to bring some stuff too for your events there. You can pass out some flyers or something. I don't care, whatever. Do your
Girl,
thing, man.
I will. I will.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
then you
for
make some
the
contacts there, and then listen, it's
conversation.
all about everybody working together, okay? It's just about having everybody work together. My goodness. And I
Exactly.
want to thank you so much, Michelle, for just, hanging out with me a little bit today. And I just wanted a little story to be out there for you. And I've just been very pleased with your service and your business acumen and just
Mm,
I love you and I'm here for you too. Whatever you need, I'm here. And I know vice versa. And so again, thank you all for listening and contact Michelle. Her information will be below. Go to some of her events, contact her for your insurance needs, and just see what she's up to. She's always up to something new. And so please follow her, like, subscribe, whatever the people say. And aloha, y'all. Bye.
bye.